My husband and I were driving home from work when we noticed another car with their lights off. This isn't that unusual considering it's Northern Virginia and the area is filled with terrible drivers. I did flash my high beams at the driver a few times to let them know that their lights were off, but to no avail. We were concerned about the fact that their lights were off, as well as the fact that they kept hitting the curb, which actually occurred more than once. So we called the police non-emergency line and were on hold for about 10 minutes until somebody picked up. The dispatcher who finally answered did not seem to take it seriously, but they did say they would send a police officer. None ever showed up that I saw, and I was there for 40 minutes. The driver ended up turning into an elementary school, so I followed her, parked, and got out of my vehicle. The driver decided to completely stop in the middle of an elementary school parking lot. Unfortunately, this was apparently a concert night for the kids at this school, so tons of families were arriving and little kids were running across the parking lot. The driver nearly sideswiped this car here. The driver kept turning their lights on and off, randomly stopping in the middle of the parking lot, and then driving erratically. Given the fact that there were kids running around in the parking lot and this driver was impaired somehow, I decided to go ahead and call 911 since no cop had arrived after we called the non-emergency line about 15 minutes prior. I did warn a school employee about the car and then pointed it out to them. They said they would keep an eye on it until the police arrived. However, I stayed until 6:10 p.m. and no cop arrived. We called the non-emergency line at 5:30 p.m. and then I called 911 at 5:45 p.m. My husband also called the non-emergency line again, and it also took about 10 minutes to get through, probably a busy night. Nobody ever came that we saw. The dispatcher I spoke with when I called 911 seemed pretty annoyed. I figured somebody Driving impaired in a parking lot with children in it would be a priority, but apparently it wasn't. The school employee thought that the driver might possibly be a student driver, but even if that was the case, the person was driving like they were highly impaired. Lights were off, it's dark out, it's very dangerous. They were hitting the curbs. They were also driving very erratically in the parking lot, and it was just really concerning with kids. And also, if they were a student driver, they should have had someone with them. They were alone in the car. If this person was an actual student driver and not impaired, I don't even know what to say. They should just, I guess, never have a license ever. Thanks for watching.